All right, I hope you're all doing well out there. It's quite hot where I'm at, a bit dusty as always. I was out doing a brief presentation at I'm not sure what to really call it, kind of a conference in a way. It's a one-day event that my company is holding. And I had a couple slides in the presentation, and I got there an hour before my presentation was supposed to start, and there was a lot of Q&A going on, and I don't know how long it was actually going on by the time I got there. If it started on time, I was there just a little over an hour into the event. So a lot of people were talking, really not specifically about quality. It had to do with other factors. But as I was listening, it would occasionally pop up where folks would talk about quality of service or products, and going with the best cost and ignoring quality work and products. So I was actually going to talk about the cost of poor quality in today's video anyways. I've already talked about it in the past, but since it came up today, it's relevant out there. We don't want to always look at the bottom line in a way where we think we're saving something, but we're doing it in an improper way, and it comes back to cost us more. So we actually didn't save anything, it cost us more in the long run. So when we contract work out to other people, other vendors, other subcontractors out there to do the work for us, we want to, of course, look at costs. We don't want them to cost us a lot. We don't want them to cost, if we have a client, we don't want them to pay too much. So yes, money is important, and it should be part of the process, part of the review, but we don't want to sacrifice quality of whatever they're going to be providing, because oftentimes I've seen it, it's happened more than once, if you go with a low cost vendor or subcontractor, you get poor work, you get poor products, materials, and we have to eventually go to someone else, and that's a lot of wasted time and effort. And in the meantime, our customer, our client, suffers because we weren't able to provide what they wanted, when they wanted it, the way they want it. And it costs us reputation, right? So business out there needs to remember that you are providing a product, a service, whatever it is, to your customer, to your client. They expect it a certain way. And if you're trying to go cheap by going to someone else to provide it, and they're not going to give you what is needed to give your customer, client, what they want, you failed. It's automatic failure. And as a business, that is not something you should want, but it's also not sustainable. You can't keep doing that. No one's going to want your services. They're going to go to someone else that has better quality work, products, but is still reasonably priced. So you have to look at the big scope, the big picture of everything. And oftentimes, money is always the deciding factor, and it shouldn't be, not by itself. Something else that came up after my brief, because it took a break, I had some folks pull me aside and talk to me afterwards. Something that one of them spoke about I thought was pretty important. I actually just posted something on my LinkedIn page about it. If you have a good idea, sometimes it could be a great idea, and you write it out, you present it, you explain it, and leadership or whoever it is, it could be your customer, it could be your client, it could be your leadership, who knows, it depends on if it's internal or something for someone else external, and they blow it off. You've done all you can. And I have done it myself, where I presented great ideas and leadership blew it off without even doing a proper review and analysis of what I presented them. It was just an automatic, won't do it, can't do it. So I understood the frustration that he was talking to me about. And that customer ended up paying the ultimate price because their direction, which ignored the suggestion, cost them. They had to go back and redo it because what they had done for them failed in a short amount of time because the suggestion was ignored. And that company, that individual who made that decision, I'm sure paid the price because they had to go out and pay more money to redo it. All right. So if they had listened to the suggestion in the first place, would have had no need for rework and go back and fix it. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there, that there's a ton of great ideas out there. Your quality department could be telling you them, it could be other people. And if leadership, if the customer and client doesn't go with it, there's not much you can do. You've done your part, but it may end up costing them in the long run because they were stubborn and didn't do it, and whatever it is fails, and they have to go back and spend more money. So it's on them. But I'm just bringing this up to keep an open mind. Listen, think about what is being presented to you. Can you utilize it? Does it make sense? Can something be built a certain way more efficiently and save time and money and still be compliant to the requirements? All right, so just something to think about.